Okay, for anyone watching the replay that is watching me blow my nose. Hey, Messer. Sorry about that. How are you doing? Oh, I was about to say, there goes YouTube acting up again. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. I just thought I'd go on live early. Bless me, much earlier than I said I was going to come on because I want to exercise tonight. Good, good. Good. I'm so happy to hear you're doing good. Where are you watching from? Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Everyone that is coming on, let me know where you guys are watching from. Thank you. You're the best too. That's so sweet. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget Yarn. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I have a question. What's your question? I worship a God. Let me see if I can add another. See, there was a way I was able to do it last time. Oh. Oh, here we go. Oh, well. Do you know what's your favorite food? My favorite food, well, I love Italian, like spaghetti and stuff like that. And the Italian dishes. So Italian food. Hello, Dell. Hello, everyone that's coming in. Welcome, welcome. Hello, welcome to everyone that's coming in. Welcome, welcome. I decided to come on a lot earlier than I said I was going to come on. It was going to be around like 7 or 8, but I'm coming on 15 minutes early. It's 6:45 here in California. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Everyone that is coming on, let me know where you guys are watching from. And let me know where you guys are watching from. Yes, I love tacos. Wait, hold on. Hopefully this doesn't get me copyrighted. If you don't mind asking, how old are you? I'm 34 years old. I am 34. Oh, God, I got to deal with these ads. Oh. Yeah, I'm 34. I'm going to turn on some music so everybody has a chance to come in. But go ahead and drop your questions. Go ahead and drop where you guys are watching from. Like the live if you haven't already. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Drop your Instagram because I'll be following back everybody. I'll be right back. from you. My everything, I call my God. My everything, yeah. My everything, yeah. My everything, my everything. What kind of love is this? My heart and soul is singing. What kind of love is this? My everything, my everything, my everything. Hi, so you are 34, my mom is 45. So you are 34, my mom is 45, and I'm 18. Wow. And okay, you're 8 and your mom's 45. That's what's up. Do you know what your favorite band or celebrity? I don't have a favorite band or celebrity. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite band or celebrity. Okay, that's what's up. You are my key. I can never turn from you. My everything. I call my God. You asking me a lot of questions, Messer. My favorite dessert is cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Nice. Yeah, this song is from let me just show you guys. It's Revelation Nation, My Everything. So this is the channel it's on, but it's Revelation Church. Just type in Revelation Nation and it's called My Everything. All right. So I did want to go on live tonight. Hold on. Here, my friend loved cheesecake a bunch. Yeah, I love cheesecake. So I wanted to come on here and talk about, so last night, I was talking about, unexpectedly, the live turned into, us talking about marijuana and stuff like that. And I know some of you guys are on here are young. So, but this is for everybody. And I'm going to keep it, you know, PG or whatever. I'm going to try not to say too much. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I will highly appreciate that. But what I wanted to talk about was, what I wanted to talk about, was a quick testimony because so once I got off a live last night, I didn't end up making my tacos until today. I just had my burrito and some chips. So I went to sleep and then I woke up. I forgot what time it was, but I woke up to my prophetess Taryn Tarver, and she was talking about how, you know, people are making a lot of money on weed and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was just talking about that. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Did it drop me? Because I'm on a... Okay, it did. Okay, hold on. I'm 34 years old. I am 34. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, so... Okay, so, So we were talking about, so she was saying that, and I was just like, wow, like I was just talking about that. And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up. Well, no, it was, I forgot what it was, but she ended up talking about, oh, her old sermon that she did like a few days ago. It's called Cast Your Cares on the Lord. And she was talking about, she read a Bible verse, and the Bible verse started off, be careful, or be sober, be vigilant, because the enemy roams around like a roaring lion. And that's something else that I was talking about too last night. Wow, you look so nice. Thank you so much. I like your hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. So everything that I was talking about last night, God confirmed and backed what I was saying. See, when you say certain things, and you're talking on behalf of God, and you're trying to stir people in the right direction, God will back what you're saying by he will back what you're saying by like word of testimony from somebody, or you know, a sermon from your pastor, or he will give you confirmation that what you're saying, like, I back you on that, and you are speaking truth. When people go open the Bible first, Kevin, what are you talking about? Go open the Bible first. So when I was talking last night, God was backing what I was saying about marijuana is not from him, and you're holding yourself back by smoking. Now, there's some people that could argue the same thing with alcohol, but there's some people that can have a little swig of alcohol and it don't do nothing. Um, so California, it's 6:54, but I don't know where you're at. But here in California, it's 6:54. Um, yeah, so God can back you with what you're saying. So a lot of people were saying, well, this person was saying that weed is from God, and you know, weed is not harmful and stuff like that, when it is. Um, when it is, you know what I'm saying? So so welcome back, Chris. My name is Eva. Hello, Eva. Welcome to everyone that's coming in. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Um, go ahead and like the live as well. I will highly appreciate it. Okay, nice. So, so yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. You know, that, not pretty cool, but I just thought that was like a blessing for me, and it's just like, thank you, God, because, um, hey, King, you know, I just thought that was a blessing for me, because this person was going so hard about marijuana being from God when it's not. It's, weed is not from God. Okay, God is not going to endorse weed. He says in the word, his word, to not be drunk, be sober, be vigilant, be vigilant. So he wants us to be clear headed, so we don't run into the traps of the enemy. I just came and you said I'm a blessing from God. You're funny. Shout out to my homie. God has never created weed, and God has never created a weed, and he created the plant for light bread. Yeah, God never created weed. Now, marijuana is a plant, and there has been people back in the day that have used it for purposes like healing and stuff like that. Um, but it was never used to be. It was never meant to be used for us to get high off of. And people and stuff that God has created, people perverse it, just like the rainbow. In June, everybody knows that's Pride Month, and that's when people that are liking the same gender get together or whatever. And they perverted the rainbow, right? Um, God did bless it with weed. God, okay, King, weed did not come from God. Marijuana did not come from God. God did not place marijuana here on the earth so we can get high from it. No. I be out here. I'm not saying plants don't heal us because I'm all for herbs. I drink a lot of herbal tea. But I don't drink herbal tea so I can get high. I don't um I don't take medication so I can get high. Now, I drink a Celsius energy drink and sometimes it makes me feel like I'm drunk or whatever. But I drink it so I can get not the high feeling or the drunk feeling, but so I can get that energy. And because I'm small and whatever, it gives me this reaction and it makes me feel like I'm drunk, but I'm really not. And that's what happens when you drink an energy drink, especially on an empty stomach. The reason why he made it is so people can turn it into food. Um, well, people really don't cook with marijuana. Marijuana is a source of, they use it for ointments, they use it for constipation, they use it for like internal body problems and stuff like that. They had ointments, they had creams, they had teas, but it was never, they never rolled it and smoked it and got high. It was never, oh bro, you're blowing down some loud, like, no. And this, it came from China to India to all these different countries. And when America got a hold of it, they turned it into something it's not. When Jamaica got a hold of it, they wrote it in reefer and backwoods and swishers. And here we are today. Marijuana, the marijuana dispensary industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You're looking at the picture from one perspective. I'm talking about like weed people turning into food the way people can have food. Yes, they did. Um, I'm not looking at it in one perspective. You can look back in history from Asian countries. So I have a book, right? That, let me show you. You weren't on my live last night, so you didn't see it. But I have this book, right? I have this book. It's the Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine, right? And this is all about the different herbs. And this has like a few of the herbs, like over 500, 550. But there's so many herbs out there. But this book talks about marijuana, and it talks about it coming from Asia and coming from India and coming from all these different countries. And they never, you in this book, it never talked about them smoking marijuana. it talked about them it talked about them using it for healing in the body, like creams and ointments. It never talked about them rolling it up and smoking it. It never talked about that. And that's what my point was last night. The people that smoke weed try to justify smoking weed as a way of healing, and it's not. My thing is like this, right? If marijuana was supposed to be so healing when you smoke it, then why are you constantly smoking it? What are you needing healing from? And why, when people smoke marijuana, they go and they drink, they go and they do hardcore drugs? So now how do you, so now, I'm not really a smoker. I never smoked in my life unless there was one of us where I did not know. Vaping isn't good too, because the book can't say it. Well, if smoking was a form of the way that they used to do it, and that was a form of how they made or used marijuana, why wouldn't the book say it? Why wouldn't the book say it? Why wouldn't the book say it? Is it because it's not and it talked about how in other countries it was legal for them to use marijuana, but in the US it was illegal. Why was it illegal in the US? Because of how they were using it. It was illegal to smoke weed. That's why before marijuana became legal in California, you were able to get marijuana through the dispensaries. You just needed a doctor's not a doctor's note, but like you just needed your dispensary card or whatever. So you could still get marijuana. You just need it. Just like how you need a prescription to get medication drugs from your doctor. That's how marijuana used to be back in the day. Because why? Because people were sitting there getting high off of it, and then they would turn around and do hardcore drugs. And you had people selling drugs, selling marijuana, and it wasn't being tested. They had a heck of pesticides on there. Now when you go to dispensaries, on the logo on the packaging says has not been tested. So they're selling you pesticides, and they're calling it Blue Magic. They're calling it Granddaddy Perp. They're calling it Astro Melt. They're calling it all these different sound good names to cover up the fact that there's pesticides on this strand. There's bugs on this strand. There's all types of crap in this strand, and it's a hybrid. We made this in our lab. We grew this outside, and crappy dirt. That's why when you break it apart, it's just dust. It's not even real flour. If you break apart a flower, does it instantly turn to dust? No, it breaks. Like, you have to really tear the flower bed apart. You got to really break apart the leaf. But when you go into the dispensaries, it's so called a flower that you break it apart and it turns to dust. It's not real. But who cares, because it got you high, it did the job, and now you're feeling yourself and won't you won't. And you say, oh, weed is healing. Okay, so if weed is healing, then why are you constantly smoking it every day, all day? What are you needing healing from? Oh, wait. Why is it not showing me? Oh. Uh, because it's political. It's illegal because they couldn't tax it. It's all a game. So is lettuce a try? Well, that's why they said certain lettuce. I heard that certain lettuce does not give you. I forgot what it was, but there is one lettuce that does not have any type of health benefit, so people shouldn't eat it. Um, a try flour doughs or old leaves crumble, but it's old. It's old though. Why? But if you look at the packaging though, it says that it was freshly harvested like maybe 6 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. How is it old already? How is it dry? How is, like, come on now. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not trying to convince you to I'm not trying to convince you um I'm not trying to convince you to see my point of view, but the reason why I came on here again to, well, not came on here again to talk about it, but the reason why I'm on here talking about it is because for anyone that does smoke, I pray you stop. Because if you think for a second that marijuana is doing anything for you, it's not. It's not. It's not doing anything for you. Plants break down differently. But plants break down differently. But the thing about it is though, when you okay, say you go outside of your house, right? And you pick up plants or whatever, or flowers or whatever from outside your house, and you try to pick it apart, you break it or whatever. It has nothing on it. It doesn't have spray like the spray that they be doing. It doesn't have um It doesn't have all this like pesticides and stuff on it. But if you start spraying it with heck of stuff and you try to break it down, it's gonna crumble. So it's gonna crumble. And you're sitting there smoking all that. I don't smoke weed, but I don't smoke weed, but if I have pain, I will try it. You don't smoke weed. You don't smoke weed, but if you have pain, you'll try it. Instead of trying weed if you have pain, why don't you go to God? You would get healing faster from God, from what is it? Um I'm just like a little under the weather. I won't say I'm full blown sick. It's just my nose is a little runny. Um Hold on. Isaiah 53 oh my gosh. Hold on. I want to say Isaiah 53:5. Uh, I try to talk to God, but He doesn't say anything back. Sometimes God doesn't talk back right away. You have to be diligent. You have to diligently seek Him. So God will talk to you in a dream. He'll probably talk to you through somebody. He'll probably talk to you directly, or he'll talk to you in a book that you're reading or in a movie that you're watching. Like, you just have to look for and be open to hear God's voice. Uh by His stripes. Isaiah 53:5. So instead of, if you get pain, King, if you get pain, you should read Isaiah 53:5 in the NLT, the New Living Translation in the Bible, or on your phone. I would recommend getting the Bible app, the U version Bible app. It says, "But He was pierced for our transgressions, He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on Him, and by His wounds we are healed." Look up any type of pain you have. You should look up Bible verses on healing and go from there. And go from there. That's what you should do. So, and that's with anything. If you have anger, if you have sadness, if you have depression, look up Bible scriptures on that, and that will set you free. Don't rely on drugs. Don't replace God with drugs. Replace drugs with God. Replace anger with God. What's up? What's up? What's up? We were just discussing, I was just talking about, last night God said in my dream, believe in yourself, even you must have hope. Don't listen to the negative self. Amen. Um, but did God really say that in your dream last night though? Be careful with saying God said and God really didn't say. Hey, well, thanks for stopping in. So Eva, just be careful with saying that God said and God really didn't say. Because everything that you say, when you go to meet God, whether you believe in Him or not, you're going to have to give an account of everything that you said. And if you're saying, oh, God said, but God didn't say, that's very dangerous. That's very dangerous. So be careful with that. I recommend you don't do that. Bro, I don't got you. Hey, what's up, Grayson? Ask God to give you a dream tonight. Ask God to give you a dream tonight. And prepare yourself to dream. Be careful of what you watch before you go to bed. Be careful of what you listen to before you go to bed. And say, God, I want a dream tonight. Give me a dream tonight. What kind of love is it? Man, it's warm. Yeah, ask God, like, God, what would you have me to dream tonight? Have me to dream tonight. I want to dream tonight. Speak to me in my sleep tonight. Show me a vision of the night. And then when you dream something, try to write it down and then ask God, like, God, what does this dream mean? Me too, but okay, but it's need to be okay. Well, I don't watch scary movies at all. I don't really watch anything. Okay. Um, even with your, even if you don't watch like TV, like even like being on your phone, like what you watch on your phone, or if you're on Instagram, or bless me, you watch like YouTube videos or whatever. Just be mindful. What kind of love is this? Hello, welcome to everyone that is coming on. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like the live for me. I will highly appreciate that. Um, and for anyone that's just getting on, the topic for tonight, which I didn't put it in the chat because I didn't want to get flagged by YouTube, but we were talking about how marijuana is not from God, and marijuana is was meant to, the way that people smoke marijuana is an addiction, and it was meant for you to continue to buy it and be addicted to it. But I think that's what I was talking about earlier. If you want, you could go back and rewatch the live. I'll save it live. I was talking about it a little bit. um I don't want to talk about it for too long because there is some minors on here. And also too, marijuana is not from God. That was the main thing. So, but anyways, hey Layla, how are you doing? First off, I probably didn't even say your name right. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I probably didn't even say your name right. I said Layla. Lila? I don't even know. Girl, please forgive me if I said your name wrong. How are you doing? Thank you guys so much for liking the live. I appreciate that. I'm okay, just irritated because my roommate isn't letting me cook again. It's Lila. Lila. I don't know. See, I knew it was something like that. Um, Dang, why isn't your roommate that okay, so your roommate should allow you to cook because you guys are roommates, so you pay the rent. Grayson, don't um uh my roommate doesn't want me to cook because it's me and she's vegetarian. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, out of respect for her, but I mean, she was okay with you being her roommate knowing that you're not a vegetarian, so that's a little bit. But I pray that all works out. Uh and girl, that just means that you're gonna be getting your own place soon, Lila. Don't even trip. Um, so when certain people ask like where do I live or certain things, don't answer right away. Cause I don't want everybody knowing where I live. Certain things, just allow me to answer that. There's certain personal things that I will answer and I won't. And the person that you're responding to is kind of spamming right now. So if you no, you're good if you kind of get what I'm saying. Um, I know, right? I might just move back with my mom. She's missing me anyways. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, um, it's probably not gonna work out. Because if she can't allow you to be yourself as far as cooking meat and she's a vegetarian, she knew that you weren't a vegetarian when you moved in with her. So it's kind of crazy for her to be able to cook whatever she wants, but you not to be able to cook what you want. And she's slowly gonna make you turn into a vegetarian because the only way you can eat meat is if you go out to a restaurant and eat meat. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, if you go back living with your mom, I don't know if you're working, but if you're working, save your money. Try to get on government assistance if you can, like Section 8 or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that because that's just a transition. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I've been having to order DoorDash and eat in the car. That's crazy. Yeah, no. And it's starting to become like the cold season now. It's starting to be rainy and cold. That's no. And while she's up in the house and heat eating her food and you're out in the car, that's not right. And you're spending unnecessary money when you could just cook at home or cook at the house. Like, no, she's like, you're good enough to be my roommate to help me pay rent, but you're not gonna be good enough to eat whatever you want. That's no. That's like, in a way, she's trying to control you, and that's not okay. So I knew I wasn't overreacting. Thank you. No, definitely not overreacting. Definitely not overreacting. That's crazy. That's crazy. The same respect that you have for her, just it's the same respect she needs to have for you. Hello, Dale. Welcome back. So, um, yes, I had tacos earlier. I'm about to have my dessert. I made some apple pie and I'm about to have some pecan ice cream. So, yeah, I'm about to have some pecan ice cream when I get off alive. And I also want to exercise too before I go to bed. Do a little exercising. So, yeah, but I have one more question. What would you say to her if it was you? I would simply say, um, if I'm not allowed to cook meat here and you knew that I was a vegetarian or you knew I wasn't a vegetarian, you knew I was a meat eater and I wanted to and I want to be able to cook food here so I don't have to um continue to spend money and spend money. Like, I want to be able to make spaghetti. I want to be able to make a burger. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat. um no disrespect to you, but if you're not going to respect me and what I choose to eat, then this living situation is not going to work, and I can't be your roommate anymore. So I think it's best that I move out and you find another roommate. What's the worst flavor? uh, okay, for sure, because I wanted to have a talk with her without being confrontational. Yeah, just sit her down and just tell her, that you respect her, and um, you know, thank her for, allowing her to open her apartment or whatever. Um, but you're just not going to be able to live with her if you can't be able to cook what you want and wear what you want and do what you want. As long as you're paying the rent and you're paying the bills, like half of PG&E or whatever, or SMUD or whatever the electrical company you guys have, water and rent, as if you're paying your portion of the bills. It's a 2-bedroom house that she inherited from her grandmother. Yeah. Um, if she can't handle the rent on her own, then she needs to. If she continues to bring random people in to help support the rent and the household bills, she's not gonna have that house for too much longer. If she kind of treats people like, this is my house, my rules, and whatever. Find another vegetarian. Like, don't just let anybody in the house. Just find another vegetarian. Don't just allow anybody, because it's just, what I said. So I could tell Gracie you don't like eating meat, and that's fine. But meat, and when you flavor it the right way, it does have flavor. Uh, like, she can't have her cake and eat too. Right? Exactly. Like, exactly. Yes. And just like how people accept her, she needs to give the same grace to other people and accept them. No, the ice cream. Oh, the pecan ice cream. It does have flavor. What are you talking about? You Have you had any crazy roommates? No, I told myself I can't do roommates. See, it's a butter pecan. It's so good.